Good morning, church. It's good to be with you today. I wanted to divert for a moment from our regular daily devotion to talk about the attempt on Trump's life yesterday at one of his rallies, and to think about what is our Christian response to events like this in the world, where there's hatred on display, and it doesn't matter as much who the target was, whether you support him politically or not. Our Christian response is independent of those things. Number one, it's godly lament for our country. When our country is in such unrest and turmoil that people are feeling driven to heinous acts of violence, we need to be stepping up our prayers for our country. I know the person who attempted to assassinate Trump has died. We need to be praying for his family. We need to be praying for Trump. We need to be praying for Biden. We're told in 2 Timothy, Paul says to pray for our leaders so that we can live quiet and godly lives. And when there's such political unrest, we can't lead quiet and godly lives. There's no opportunity for us. If politically we find ourselves very strong supporters of Donald Trump, we might be very angry. Our Christian response mandates that we not give in to what is might be the natural human reaction to want revenge or to be cursing or raging against what happened, but rather to truly lament and to say, God, we are so upset over what happened. Perhaps a day of fasting to turn our will and the situation over to God is what is required. Because these kinds of things are outside the scope of what we as people can deal with, but they're not outside the scope of what God can handle or what He can do. We have to have faith that if we turn the situation over to God, that He can handle it, process it, and allow us to be His hands and feet, and the people who are not going crazy, not being too riled up, other than to be riled up in our fervent prayer and our fervent devotion to God. And that's just what I want us to do, church. I want us to be focused on the Lord our God, trusting in Him and turning our will and our lives over to Him constantly and regularly, because we have faith. Hebrews 11 is all about faith, and people who lived through so much worse than this and yet clung to Christ. Think of Isaiah, who was commanded, chapter 20, to go barefoot and naked for 3 years, and he clung to faith. He did not deny his God, even in such a intense demand from God as this. So read Hebrews 11 today and right into 12, where we talk about this great cloud of witnesses. These kinds of events are not new to the world. These kinds of events have been weathered by Christians before, who go to God and who stand firm in their faith. They are not shaken, because our hope is not in this world. Our hope is in the next. Without faith, it is impossible to please God, since the one who draws near to Him must believe that he exists and he rewards those who seek him. So take today and use it as a catalyst to seek God, lament, and let's trust. I love you, church. I look forward to talking to you soon again.